Hi everybody, Adam with eTrailer. Today we have a 2015 Polaris Ranger 570 and we're going to be taking a look at the Quad Gear Extreme bench seat covers for your Ranger. They're going to come in camo and we also have color black as well. So whether you guys are just doing a lot of work with your UTVs and you don't really want it to get all scratched up, or if you always have a pup with us, come on. It's going to protect those seats from any scratches. She's got pretty sharp nails, but we definitely like to cruise, so having a seat cover is definitely a big plus for me. So whether you just have tools in your pockets a lot or you have pups with some sharper nails, it's definitely going to protect it. It's nice and abrasion resistant. It's going to be a lot better than just your factory covers on your seats. So it's definitely going to either protect your seats from any scratches or abrasions, or just kind of cover up those big gashes you've been dealing with for years. I know we put this thing to the test, especially when we work, but also sometimes she gets real muddy and something like that. She jumps in and gets everything all muddy. Luckily, we can throw these in the wash if we want. We can take a hose and hose them off if we want. So even if she makes it all dirty, we can clean it up pretty easily. And the material too is weather resistant, so if you're wet or if it's raining and you got to drive and do work anyway, you don't have to worry about it kind of seeping in and maybe holding all that moisture. It's going to repel all that away, so no mold or anything like that. And it's just going to be really nice for even these snowy months that you guys may have. All that snow eventually would melt around your body when you're sitting down, but luckily it's not going to go through the cover here, so everything's going to stay nice and dry underneath. So the kit does come with some headrests, but I don't have any headrests on my Ranger, but if you do, they come with it. You don't have to worry about purchasing them separately. Well, the only thing we have to do now is just to show you guys how to install these covers. So let's go ahead and do that now. So now we're just going to go ahead and install them. Of the two colors, I think I'm going to go with camo. So the black we're not going to do today, but it's going to be the same exact installation process. So let's just go ahead and get it done. You can take this bottom seat off if you want. I really don't need to. I'm just going to kind of pivot it up when I need it. But you can remove this bottom seat, but it's not necessarily necessary. Start on one end. Kind of drape it over like that. Doesn't have to be perfect initially. We just need to kind of get it seated into place. Like that. So now with this tilted up, we're going to have a strap on one end and another on the other. And what we're going to do is going to be a little crevice that we can kind of slide it in and up, just like that. And what we're going to do is do our best to kind of hold both tight. Always start putting these two together, just like that. And we're going to do the same exact thing on the other side. Now that we're done with all of that, there's going to be one little flexible string on one end. All we got to do there is kind of just give it a good tug, just to kind of get the rest of that slack out throughout the seat cover. And that string runs all the way along all this. So as we kind of work it around and move it, you'll feel it kind of freeing up a little bit. Then you can go ahead, squeeze that and slide it down. And you can just go ahead and tuck that underneath your cover. And then you're pretty much good. Now we can go ahead and do the back part of our seat. All we need to make sure is that we have this little emblem and it's right side up. And pretty much self-explanatory, just wrap it around your seat. Just work it around. Kind of like that. So once we get it into place to where we want it, we can go ahead, and there's going to be a little pull string on this end. And just like the bottom, we're going to pull that, get all that slack out. That's just going to help it kind of suck up against the ridges of our seats. just to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. And once we get all that done, again, just squeeze it, put it all the way in there, like that. And then we can just tuck these away behind the cover, kind of like that. There was 2 other connections that I really wasn't able to make, and they're pretty much the connections on the center down low. I'm gonna go around so you guys can see it a little bit better, but I really couldn't get these hooks down here. These are intended to go up and around your seat, and they're gonna hook onto this little loop here. I was not able to fish it behind there just because there is limited space, but if you really wanted to make that connection, you definitely could. It's not impossible, but we are gonna have to just route it underneath and just get it through a little tiny gap in the back. But other than that, I do think these seat covers are gonna do what they need to do, and that's just protect my seats. Not the greatest fit in the world, but at the end of the day, I just don't want my nice new seats to get all scratched up. But you guys might also just be covering up some of those big gashes that you have after obviously years and years of you using your UTV for work around the house. Well, everyone, that just about does it for our look at the quad gear bench seat covers for your UTVs. And I'm Adam with eTrailer. Have a good day.